Hey guys, Noel here, and it is Friday night. We're trying something a little new. Trying to stream through Streamlabs on the new iPhone, and if this works, we might be able to get the chat back on the screen, which was a feature that a lot of you guys really liked back in the earlier days of the live streams. What was the program we used to use? I think I've taken too many blows to the head. Can't remember it. But we used to have a program. What the hell was that thing called? Anyway, I can't remember. Sinister! Hello! Yes, all right. We got it working. All right, good deal, good deal. So it looks like we can use Streamlabs. They'll show up right away. Maybe it works well with the new phone. So that's good. So Sinister, can you see the chat on the screen? Like kind of like back in the old days. Prism, that was the name of the old app we used to use. But it kept updating and screwing up, and then eventually we just hit the 1,000 subscribers needed to just stream directly to YouTube. So yeah, there's that. No visible chat. That's weird, because I can see, well, it's easier for me because I can at least see the chat on the screen. But I don't have to actually use my finger and stuff. I wonder if there is a way to get the visible chat, just the YouTube chat. Well, either way, that's still fine. We'll figure it out. That's crazy though. There should be a way. Oh, it is delayed, so you can see the chat on the screen. Cool, it's just delayed, so you'll see the YouTube chat ahead of time, and then, so it's all good in the hood. Cool. Well, now, when you guys go back and look at the live stream, you can actually see the chat and what we're doing right now. So this is cool. I'm happy I actually got an app that, works, because Prism was really, really awesome until it wasn't, I think what was happening was, YouTube probably didn't want, them skirting the 1,000 subscriber minimum to live stream, which is this absolute nonsense. So you're writing a long-winded email message about Punch-Out. You wrote me a long-winded message about Punch-Out? I can't wait to see it. Or are you writing it to Sega Lord X or the Top Pat Gaming Man? I actually did not personally like all of Lady Decade's editorial asides in her new Sega CD video. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like Sega Lord X and others. Yeah, I can't wait to see it, man. I'm sure you have some powerful views about Punch-Out. I actually beat Punch-Out, but it was a long time ago, and I just remember I had a cheat code to just get to Mike Tyson. I knew the password. So, did you write it on my video? Because I just actually uploaded a Punch-Out review. I did a re-upload because I've been kind of bored, so I've been going through some of the old videos, and I noticed some of the old videos, the framing on some of the shots was a little off, and I found out how to zoom in and crop the monitor screen. So the Mike Tyson's Punch-Out review I did, the Zillion review, which my favorite YouTuber GTV, aka the guy Jillionaire, commented on. He just commented on that about 2 hours ago. As a Tyson fan, you must love the game. Yes, in fact, I do love the game, and I love that Little Mac uses the peekaboo style. It's really because, Little Mac, he stands square. So, he's like this, and then you slip and slip, and then you slip and punch, so he does everything just like Mike Tyson does. So it makes perfect sense that they have Punch-Out. Talking about the arcade Punch-Out being impossible in the home market at the time. I think that Nintendo did the right thing, and in fact, I wish they did that with more games, where they, how do I put this? Rather than, do what they did with Mighty Final Fight, you know what I'm saying? The ridiculously large character sprites. Rather than copying the arcade, and they did the same thing with Splatterhouse, just go with the cute chibi graphics, and, then you'll be good. because that was the Famicom NES's strong point. So rather than trying to emulate the arcade and then just do the little stick figures, just do the chibi figures, get the expressiveness through the Famicom's version of it, and then have a good experience for the Famicom rather than, a watered down experience. Usually at the start of the live streams, we talk about pro wrestling. I'll give you a little, which we will. And Sinister, you'll appreciate this. You also appreciate the fact, Sinister, that we have a 3DO working in the game room now, and I own one game for the 3DO, and it's this. So, we're going to check this one out tonight for sure. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo on the 3DO. I definitely want to get Yu Yu Hakusho on the 3DO, and Samurai Showdown, and a game called Emmet, which was actually done for Japanese people who want to learn English and like visual novels. How the NES Punch-Out is technical marvel in its own right for not being a flickering mess. Yes, that is true. Absolutely, absolutely. Man, I'm pleasantly surprised that Streamlabs is working. It's funny, like I was looking at it, and I don't really feel like paying $18 a month, but they do have like custom overlays you can do and things like that to really get the stuff rocking and rolling. So, yeah, I don't know. How Punch-Out is a 3-button interface. Yeah, with 2 standard buttons. This is true. Sinister, let me ask you a question. Are you just seeing one set of comments on the screen? Like you're just seeing your comments on the screen popping up? Because I'm actually seeing, it's funny, I see your comments coming up in real time, and then I'm also seeing the comments in black and white on the screen. It's interesting. It's an interesting format, if it's too visually cluttered, let me know, and then, maybe I can adjust some things. I don't know if I can actually adjust it, this stream, but for, future streams, I might be able to. I only see one set. Okay, that's good. Does it look okay? Is it aesthetically pleasing for you, or is it, kind of taken away from the experience? Is it too visually unpleasant? I don't know. I'm trying to. It's good. Okay, cool. Yeah, I just want to, make sure that you guys are getting the most out of the streams. And it's really cool that I have friends on the West Coast. Nothing is distracting. That's good. Because you guys, your time zone meshes very nicely with my free time. So actually, Santino went to bed a little on the early side tonight, so I was able to actually start streaming right at 10. Or a little before. I actually don't know 100% what time it is. Anyway, let's talk a little bit. It is like 10:07 right now. Let's talk a little pro wrestling right now. So 2 things I want to talk about. Number 1, all right. I'm disappointed that in the rumor that Bret Hart has signed with WWE right ahead of the Owen Hart tournament. That is, in my opinion, just a really lame move by Vince McMahon. I don't think FTR is going to leave AEW. They're under contract, I think, for another year to year and a half. And it would be, I think, ridiculous for them to go back to WWE just to go, languish. I mean, there was normally, I think Brian Alvarez's Death of WCW book was horrendous, but I was listening to Brian Alvarez on this whole FTR Bret Hart situation, and he was spot on, in my opinion. He said, this is not like, Stunning Steve Austin and Steve Austin. Stunning Steve Austin was one character. He figured out how to be Stone Cold Steve Austin in WWF and became really successful. So it's not like WCW had, this isn't exactly what Alvarez said, but it's the theme of what he said. It's not like you had one character with one gimmick. They found a better or different gimmick that got over in another company, and now the original company wants them back. FTR has always had the same gimmick. It's just that now that they're over in AEW, WWE is trying to use their money to basically just buy up talent in AEW in order to try to kill the brand. There's absolutely no reason why they would be interested in Bret Hart right before he's set to debut in AEW and manage with FTR and be right there for the Owen Hart tournament. They're doing this to hurt AEW. And when you're buying up talent just to hurt the competition, that's usually a not good situation for the talent, because it doesn't mean that you have anything for them creatively or you have any vision for them. You're just getting them out of spite. And that's not good, because, once the initial reaction goes away, they're just going to sink into, the whole just mediocrity of the WWE. And the WWE, in my opinion, is like still pretty unwatchable. Like I can't, I don't watch it, and I don't watch it out of spite. I just don't watch it because it annoys me. It's just so overproduced and stale, I know I'm not watching it. I should watch AEW right now. I've been watching Dirty Pair. I just don't want to. I hear, you haven't written anything after I hear FTR might leave AEW. I'm so used to touching the screen to advance the chat. I'm afraid if I play AEW in the background, they'll get mad, and and strike, and or I'll have to edit out the chat. So, AEW. Another reason why FTR should not leave AEW is the New Japan deal with AEW now is going to go, they're going to start cross-promoting. So not only is that going to give FTR, who are good technical wrestlers and work a good indie/Japanese style, new opportunities in AEW. It will also potentially give them opportunities in New Japan. So if they start getting stale in AEW, then they can go in New Japan and start wrestling over there. So it's and those two companies are perfectly suited toward their style. There's also the Ring of Honor option. Now that AEW owns Ring of Honor, if ever anything were to happen, the FTR, they could just go to Ring of Honor, and it wouldn't be, I think, considered as much of a step down as going to NXT, which is where they came from, because Ring of Honor is a legit company, and NXT is just the faux Ring of Honor that WWE made to try to poach Ring of Honor talent, which they did. I'm super bummed about Bret Hart not going to AEW for the Owen Hart tournament and to manage FTR, because I think this could have been an opportunity for Bret Hart to maybe kind of right the wrong, I guess, of his previous kind of underwhelming Turner run in WCW. He would be, in all likelihood, completely unable to get in the ring considering his stroke situation. But when you take a look at how horrendously the WWE messed up with Sting, and then you take a look at how fantastic Sting has been and revitalized Sting has been, and how good Sting has looked in AEW, jumping off of balconies, having matches, taking bumps, making people feel like they're 13 years old again watching their hero. It's just fantastic. And so, WWE, I think, is in a situation that WCW was in the late 90s, not in the sense that they're in danger of getting canceled, but in the sense that everyone is too distracted because it's a publicly traded company. I just think that no one's got their head in the game anymore. Everything just seems very helter-skelter, and they're just throwing crap at the wall, and they're just trying to get people with money in order to build prestige and roster, and don't have a real vision for what to do with these people, which is the problem that WCW ran into when Bischoff could no longer really devote his full attention to the company because he started fighting with, Turner executives and, you know, was busy trying to be friends with and break up fights with new talent that was backstage. He's Hogan's friend. He's trying to be Nash's friend. Then Nash is pissed at him, and then Hogan's angry, and then just the whole